Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Hey, hang in there. I'm working on it. Just bear with me. I'm working on it, okay? Okay. Just chill and relax. I'm getting everything in control. But this one is working. Hail today. Yeah. We are live. I'll share a link very shortly to the live festivities. I just need to pop this window open. So we got the actual live viewing of this, and we are looking now. We're looking kind of, sort of, a lot better than we were looking before. Just with a few clicks and tweaks. Bear with me, everybody. This is Jose JG. Boom, and we are live in the festivities. Okay, there you go. That's a bad with the backlight. Yes, I know. I know it looks like shit, but at least it works. It works almost perfect. So all I have to do now is actually I'm gonna turn this camera on, and we are going to I'm gonna share a link on the Discord that we are live in the last festivities of 2022. Earth is live. How are you, sir? Can you hear me? Earth is live. You probably don't hear me now.
Hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What's up, brother?
Hold on.
All right. I just
I
want to
can hear
make
you,
sure.
but I'm trying to hear you through my speakers.
Okay. So you're also doing a little bit of a fiddling with the technology.
Oh.
All right. You got that figured out? Check 1, 2.
Right. Is that better?
From Florida to Hong Kong. Yes, that is solid.
There we go. There we go.
Did I say Florida to Hong Kong? You're not in Hong Kong, right?
No, I'm in South Korea.
South Korea. How hard is it to go to North Korea from South Korea? Can you go driving?
Hell no, you can't drive. You can drive to the border.
I mean, but to the border,
what?
but it's not divided by a body of water and nothing, right? It's doable.
Yeah, it is. Well, there is a river that runs in between, so yeah, it is kind of divided by a body of water.
Okay.
Yeah. Recently I actually traveled up there not too long ago, and there's a place called the Unification Tower.
Really?
And you can go there and you can literally look into North Korea.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like they have like these binoculars that are all set up. Right. And you can zoom in on North Korea. You can literally see people walking around. It is the most surreal thing I've ever experienced.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I have some. Let me see if I can. I'll drop some pictures in the Discord real quick. I might not have a lot of time because my wife's probably gonna call me in a little bit, but
it's all
give me
good.
a second. I'm gonna post. Let me see.
Are you you already New Year is already gone, right?
Yeah, it was last night.
Okay.
Here we go. This is North Korea.
All right, let me share that to the audience. In the Daily Boom Live,
Daily
brother.
Boom Live. Yep.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, and you all should be able to see that. Share, clickety click, and I do a click over here, and that's it. That is North Korea as seen from South Korea.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I took a bunch of pictures.
Quite a bit, you know. Yeah. Very nice,
it is
man.
The weirdest thing ever. Like, imagine if we took Florida and we divided it into two different countries.
Yeah, that is fucked up, man.
It's weird, right? And and everybody in Florida was the same exact race.
Right.
That's what it's like over there.
Damn.
It is the weirdest thing ever. And they in North Korea like absolutely hates South Korea and the United States.
Really?
Yeah. I've been watching like a lot of. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is there a lot of speaking English people in South
Yeah,
Korea?
yeah. There's a lot of people that speak English.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. I think they teach English in the schools here. So there's a lot of people that actually speak English. But the farther away you go from like the military bases, the less people speak English.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's
Is there anybody from the north that have gone to the south and stayed in the south and
yeah. I think
acclimated?
there's a lot of people that have defected to the South. There's if you look at some documentaries on YouTube, there's so many documentaries. I've been like binge watching documentaries about North Korea for the past few days. And there's a lot of people that have defected to the South that, they tell about how when Kim Jong Il was when after he died, his son took over,
Yeah.
and everyone thought that he was gonna like change the society, like open it up a little bit to Western culture.
Right.
He did a little bit, but it kind of like stopped doing it after a while because people started, seeing what it's like outside, and then they, and then also a lot of people started escaping, so he kind of cut it off once again.
Isn't that something, man?
Yeah, and it's like the people that have traveled up there say if you want to go to North Korea, you have to go through China. Like there's one airport in China that flies to North Korea,
Right.
and you have to like do all this paperwork and everything, and
It's not safe, I guess, for just a lonely American to go to North Korea, right?
no, you can go. No, you can actually go there if you have the money and you have the want to go. You could actually go to North Korea. But I mean, your visit is going to be very controlled. You won't be able to
Right.
just walk around wherever you want.
Right.
But you could actually go there, and there's one hotel you can stay in. You can't leave the hotel, and you can go on one tour with the tour guide, and you're going to be watched the entire time. You can't bring any books. You can't bring any Bibles. You can only take pictures whenever they tell you to take pictures, and you can't talk to any of the locals.
Really?
Like anytime you go somewhere, you're not allowed to talk to any of the locals. Like like if you go into a museum, like the regular people will be there, and then they'll move them out, and then you'll be allowed to go in. You're not allowed to have any contact with the local people there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It really is, man. It really is. Like, this is the second time I was here. So the first time I was here, I wasn't, I was here. I didn't really take much notice about where I was. But this time, I'm just like, I'm really looking into the history of the Korean War. And it's really, really crazy, man. It's so weird. It's just the weirdest thing how this country is divided.
Right.
They're the same race, and they're just divided. And then the reason why they're divided is basically because of Russia and the United States. Like we basically started it.
Yeah, that's when it started. Yeah, all the shenanigans.
They wanted to divide the country after I think it was after the Second World War. I can't remember if it was after World War II. The Russians and the United States wanted to divide the country, and then they did divide it. And then North Korea decided they wanted to unify the country through what's it called? Communism. But the South is like, no, we don't want to. So, but one day, North Korea just decided to roll their tanks down here and took over in within a few days. They took over the entire country, and there was only a few. There wasn't that much military here, and that's when we needed. The United States needed to come and help out. So, but yeah,
there's no other. I mean, Russia is a little bit like that too, right? Russia.
Yeah. It kind of their society kind of resembles Russia a lot.
Are they allies, North Korea and Russia?
Allies? Kind of, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might be, yeah.
And with China too.
Yeah.
From China. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you. Yeah, but
Happy New
China,
Year.
China, whatever the government is easier to go to China and do all kinds of things that you're not allowed to do in other places like Russia or
Well,
North Korea, right?
well, my American friend took a tour from China to North Korea.
Yeah.
They were running tours, and he went there and he came back. All okay. It's just like a really strange country to go to.
Yeah.
But
it's
many
really weird.
many Chinese they take this chance and they go to North Korea. But yeah, there are certain rules you cannot do. I think they collect the phones at the border before you go there, so you can take pictures and things like that. But I actually don't live far away from North Korea. I'm actually across from Korea. If you know Liaodong Peninsula, it's just very close to North Korea. I can fly like half an hour flight to North Korea.
Wow.
To South Korea, and well, North Korea I can drive 4 hours from where I am, and I can be there. Well, many people don't know that, but for example, Americans they blew up some bridges between China and North Korea. In China, you know, Chinese
but-
border. There was also a dam that got bombed. Oh,
Sorry,
fireworks!
guys. Yeah,
Oh,
if there's a little
fireworks.
bit of a hot mic, it's gonna be it's that day. Right now it's 8 p.m. for me, almost 8 p.m.
Okay.
So it's still not New Year yet for me.
We live in the future. We come from you. We come to talk to you from the future.
From
You know,
1
here
year
there's-
ahead. What the hell?
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's right.
It's
awesome.
funny. We can see the sun here.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is.
man.
Are we, Lubo? Are we in the same time zone, or are you like an hour ahead? of me?
I think you're 1 hour ahead, but I think North Korea has like half an hour difference between there is a strange time zone too in North Korea.
Okay.
They invented their own time zone. But I went to the border to North Korea too. There is a place called Dandong, and that's like kind of trading hub between North Korea and China. There is one bridge. Well, there is not really much movement between the countries though. But you can take a boat tour right at the border. You can just take a boat in China, and you just the bordering river, Yalutiang, it's called, and they will take you up to the dam or down. So there are certain things. And for me as an astrophotographer, I really would like to go to North Korea and to do some astrophotography because it's one of the darkest countries in the world.
Yeah.
There's no light pollution, not much light pollution.
For
Like
how long?
literally, when you are in China, it's bright, very very shiny, and you look across the river and it's dark over there because
How
there
long
are
you been
also-
living? How long you been living in China, Lubo?
Oh,
Where you
for
like?
13 years. 13
Okay.
years.
From where do you come from? America first?
Oh no. From Europe.
Europe.
Yeah, Middle Europe. You may not know the country. Whatever.
No.
Well, anyway, it's strange. Like, it's probably the only utopian country in the world right now. Like, really, really, like they live there in their own universe. Like,
Mm.
can you imagine that they even don't have internet, like normal internet?
Right. I gotta do this, guys. Shout out to Secret G, Middlewell 351 KHZ. That's a long number. I'm gonna call you 531. Mandelbrot set is in the house. Brad Wegner, Angry Dog. Also C4. Joe Mongoose, we need critical thinking. Happy New Year. And in Discord with us, Ortiz Live and Luo in China. Happy New Year, guys. This is a
Yeah.
gift from Ortiz Live. Nice solid picture of you in front of some
Yeah, that's cool.
art. What type
That-
of art? What is this?
This is like at the Unification Tower in South Korea. It's like a big old. Here, let me give you another one where you can see exactly
Very
what it is.
cool.
It's just it's a drum, I think, a giant drum.
Yeah. Yeah, drum, boom, boom, boom. That's what it's.
Yeah. But it's on top of this mountain, and if you just look to the right, oh, I'm sorry, to the left, as North Korea is literally like right there.
Right here, in the background. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's it.
Well, I think it's a little more to the left, like off the picture.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But it's cool, man. Yeah. This is a nice place, bro. Beautiful canopy, whatever this you call this thing. Yeah, they're calling you out, people. They say this picture is fake. It's some kind of a Photoshop.
No,
Yeah, you
it's real.
overpose yourself in
It's real.
It's a green screen.
I don't know. How can we verify that, man? Give me empirical evidence.
Me again. Now, see, this is me. I'm actually pointing at North Korea.
Oh, okay. There you go. Is that better, C4? Is that better for you? I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, just having a little bit of fun. My partner, she had a long day of work and she is crashing. She said she might wake up like before midnight to tell me Happy New Year. But if not, oh well. This is what we've been doing for the past few years. She go to sleep and I stay awake just playing on the internet for a little bit, you know. Like a regular day. And tomorrow for those, tomorrow is the
I'm gonna post.
just really quick. Tomorrow is the funeral services of my brother-in-law. Rest in peace. I posted a community post. The details, you know. Lost young, but I just want to share this in the loving memory of Juan Francisco Ferrer, aka Frankie, from 1977 to 2022. He was only 45, younger than me. Ferrer Gonzalez family invite you to join them for the funeral service. If anybody is in the Florida area and want to join, it's going to be tomorrow for us in Florida, Sunday, January the 1st, 2023, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. in 4945 East Bay Drive, Clearwater, Florida, 33764. It's not doxing, it's just a place that we're going to gather friends and family to honor, you know, him in life and what I will keep him in my good memories, you know. A lot of good times. I know him for over 30 years, and yeah, he'll be missed. But shout out to Frankie, man. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
Yep. But yeah, the show must go on, man. Yeah. Got it.
I might have to take off in a little bit. My wife just got home, so she'll probably be calling me. But I'll probably be listening in. If you're still on, I'll hop back on.
Not a problem. Thank you very much for coming. Happy New Year, and take care of yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there are certainly many old people dying right now in China. Like my wife's aunt, she died just 1 week ago. But what is strange, like so often people don't tell their relatives that their relative died. For example, her grandpa. So he had 4 daughters, and 2 of them died, and nobody told him. Like he was still living in the, and like they said, like one went to Japan to help her daughter. They just openly lied to him. They didn't want to tell him that his daughters, 2 of his daughters died. And he recently, like 2 weeks ago, he passed away. And then while he was at the funeral, then one of his daughters or like relatives got that C certain thing, and they didn't look after her very well, and she passed away like 1 week ago, and nobody told my wife. She just found out 1 week after that she died. And it's strange, like nobody tells, like they are so afraid to tell that the relatives died.
Yeah.
Or certain bad luck. I don't know what is it about. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, most of our people in China, they are looking forward for the next year because right now everybody is going to travel around. They're going to basically everybody is going to like crazy. Okay, where I'm going now? Everything is open. Where can I go? And many people go abroad. Yeah, it's more like normal. They even, like before, the fireworks were kind of banned in the cities, and this year let's do the fireworks, let's make people happy.
Right.
So it's going to be crazy during Chinese New Year. I'm thinking where to go. Yeah.
Shout out to Doofus Manfrey and Carl K. Happy New Year. Is it already 2023 to you, Carl?
Yes, it is. Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir. I am 4 hours away for the new year. I am in 2022 still.
Oh,
I got 4 hours to go.
do something crazy.
Nah, man, I just gonna chilling here, relax. My
Oh.
neighbors across the street, they got the little family with the little music, they're grilling and stuff. It was raining all day, but I know it's gonna be a little loud. Probably some people gonna be throwing fireworks later. I'm just gonna be here for an hour, maybe two, and just hang out with you guys for a bit. Here.
Cool hangout. Yeah, nice.
Very nice. Yeah. Doofus, what's up? Happy New Year to you, brother.
New Year responsibly. Get those resolutions in.
Indeed. How far are you from the New Year? Are you already there?
Same time zone as you.
Okay. All right. But if you don't mind me asking you, what state are you in?
I'm gonna try and leave that out for now.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that. RT96, shout out to you, man. Hello. New Year's resolutions. Who wants to go first? Who wants to make a change and commit to it and do it?
Well, I got to lose some weight. I want to lose at least like 8 kilograms.
But if you want to lose 8 kilograms, can you translate that in English, please?
That's English.
No, that's
I
not
don't know
real.
stone. I don't know when people
Pounds
say
is
stone.
English.
Okay. No, okay, that's like 16 pounds.
That's nothing, man. That's easy.
Yeah, but yeah, I rather to do like targets that I can achieve than something that I cannot achieve.
Only a
Over the course of the
week.
year, you definitely
But-
get that. Yeah.
Only a week of hard work will take you there, man.
A week. Is
Well,
I'd say 2 weeks.
Well-
18 pounds is a bit much.
Right.
well, recently I got the C disease and I lost 3 kilograms already, so that's very helpful too. But
That's
I'm
good.
back in my eating mood right now. New Year festivities.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. What a cool video clip people shared here. Let me see if I can get it on a loop. Let me share this. This is, I think, a view, binoculars view from South Korea to North Korea, if I'm not mistaken, people. And I'm gonna share that in the background as it should be viewed right now. Very cool. New Year's resolution, Doofus. You planning on doing something special this new year?
I mean, I guess I got to cut back on weight too, but most people do at this point because they've already had Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's always a good resolution for pretty much everybody. But I got to cut back on some of the emotional stuff. I just went through it with Bev tonight, and
Oh
I got to try not to do that.
Where did you come across him tonight?
Oh, he was hanging out over at another Discord server. It was Gems.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was
man.
a proper shit show. It was like, I don't know, 80 people in there or something.
Whoa! Woo! They invaded the gym.
Some things
For
were
sure.
said, some things that should never have been said, but they were said.
Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, that was left behind. That was a last year story, man. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
2023. Yeah, we gotta keep it fresh. We gotta try to keep the emotions out. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, everybody, but mostly the flat earthers. They just gotta chill out a little bit. In behalf of them, I hope that they change and they keep the emotions out.
And because I mean, I've been on this show and part of the shit show every now and again. And I mean, if somebody's asking me a question and I start with the answer, if
I
start
talk over
talking
you.
in the middle,
Oh,
they start talking in the middle of that answer, that's when the shit comes out. But I just gotta take that as a sign that they are not what's the word I'm looking for?
interested. Nah, they never
That too.
interested.
But they're not. God, wow, I can't even think of it. They're not emotionally developed. They're just. That's the thing. They just can't handle letting somebody else tell them something.
Right, yeah. They want to put fingers in the ears and go la 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 la. Like physically, they do that. You know.
Yeah, mature. That's the word I was looking for. They're not
Immature.
mature.
Yes.
That's it.
I feel that. Yeah, I personally need to cut down on cigarette smoking. Cheap cigars, I know they're affecting me. And cut down on the energy drinks a little bit and try to, I don't know, eat healthier and drink more water. I don't drink water. It's fucked up. A human that doesn't drink water. Like H2O, I don't drink it. I get all my
think-
fluids from energy drinks and sodas, pretty much.
I think one of the things that changed me over the course of my life is I had not an opportunity to have soft drinks or juices or something like that on the regular. I only had water available. So now that I'm been through that experience, that's what I do is I just drink water if I'm thirsty. Soft drinks
Guys,
are a very infrequent, just a special splash of experience
Mm.
that has kept my weight controllable, and I'm getting what I'm unhappy to call myself getting into my old age, but that's what's happening, so I have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Here's a video clip that you shared, Lubo. What is this video clip? Some kind of a little pier, like a little house moving, wiggling a little bit.
That's the river. That's the river, and across where the sun comes out, that's North Korea. So there's a time lapse from the morning. I went outside. I went the Dandong. Dandong is a city across, like bordering city with North Korea. I also posted 2 other pictures. There's the bridge that was bombed by Americans, and it's a big tourist attraction over there. People go there to the end of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a new bridge I sent. That's a like rail connection between China and North Korea.
Nice. Yeah, I'll share that.
Wow, look at the sun, it gets bigger.
All right.
Yeah,
We
that's the
got the bridge.
bridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. I gotta switch something. All right. Now I'll switch this to this tab. There you go. And then this one right here.
Yeah, that's the part of the bridge that is still standing, and now there's a like observing platform, and people go there. And strangely enough, like a few years ago, there was some incident that some people got shot from the North Korean side. I don't know why. Maybe
Oh,
they were
shit.
taking pictures or something. And there are still sometimes, some days, there are sporadic shootings between. Even like at one point, because Chinese fishermen like to go to other countries' waters, so some Chinese fishermen got arrested by, captured by North Koreans, and there was a big, like kind of scandal between the 2 of these countries.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're friendly countries, but not as friendly as like other people imagine. There's still some tensions between.
Now, I don't see any curve from left to right. Doofus, you want to tell me what's going on here? This bridge flat or what?
Yeah, no. I don't want to mess with that today. I actually have to leave here in about 15 minutes. So
It's all good.
I would like to welcome Flip Flop into the new year.
Yeah, well, I'll invoke Flip Flop very shortly. I'll holler at him. Now, predictions for the new year, Doofus, because you're living first, think about any predictions that you have. Maybe from YouTube and people that participate on YouTube, also from maybe the world in general.
I predict the housing market's going to make a drastic shift sometime during this next year, but it's not really a wild prediction to make. But I mean, editors are still going to be saying the same old dumb stuff. Maybe they'll come up with a new thing. I guess 2021 was the year of the sextant, wasn't it? So, what are they going to do in 2023? I don't know. They're going to find some other nonsense that's going to be a child can take care of that easily through logic.
Right?
What can it be? Brian Leakey tried to make it the year of the sun disproves the globe. I thought that was hilarious. Sunsets disprove the globe, and the equinox disproves the globe.
Funny stuff, yeah.
I don't know. I can't really make a strong prediction as far as it's so dumb that it has to be basically anything. It could be anything.
Anything. Chris Berry say Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to Chris Berry. Happy New Year to everybody. Any predictions for the new year? Lubo, Carl, Ortiz Live?
Well, I have a prediction that the flat earthers will take something that really, really proves globe, and they will say it proves the flat earth. But if Brian already said about sunset, I don't know what else they can do. So I would predict that maybe the lines of longitude prove flat Earth. They will say something really, really dumb like that.
It's a good one.
They did already try to say GPS coordinates are Cartesian, which was a lie. That was fun. It didn't take a whole year to figure out, I guess.
I think I have two predictions, Jose.
Go for it.
Number one is Flat Earth's going to take the reset pill and start over, most of them, as they always sort of seems to do. And the other one is, I think a guy in China, Lubo's going to lose 7 or 8 kilos if he puts his mind to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my prediction.
Positivity.
It'll be great. But festivities just begin, you know. Chinese New Year is still in front of us. But the time of the year where people actually gain most of the weight. You don't move much because it's really cold in here in winter, and you eat a lot because it's the Chinese New Year. It's like a Christmas in Europe.
I got a prediction. Prediction for the 2023 is that two recognized flat earthers, and by that I mean globe deniers or whatever you want to call them, the people that deny the globe, two recognized ones on YouTube that have spoken with us or we have seen on the YouTube interwebs, they will disappear from YouTube for a period of time, and then one of them will come back as a glober, as a proponent of the globe. It's not going to be a debunker. It's going to be more like maybe my approach, maybe like Babs, Chris Matt type of approach. A little bit of a skepticism, but he's going to come back like, oh no, I was just really busy. I'm just coming back and I'm like rethinking everything and going kind of taking the globe side. I don't know. That's a strong prediction. Two flat earthers will disappear. One will stay, disappear, and one will come back as a glober. How about that? That will happen before the 2023 ends. That's positive thinking right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there's been a few examples of that. Although I guess NZ didn't really stick around to... Well, Paul Baker, I should say. He's dropped that moniker of NZ now. He didn't stick around to debunk a whole lot of flat Earth, although he pops his head in every now and again.
Mm. I really have to run and take a piss. I'll be right back. The floor is yours. If you guys want to talk about yourself, say shout out to the audience, tell us a story, whatever you want to do. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Does anybody care about the antics that were occurring that I mentioned earlier over in that other server?
I actually didn't listen what you said before. I was kind of busy with kids. What
Yeah,
happened
well,
on
Bev-
which server?
What's that?
Which server and what happened?
This was Gem server. Bev dropped by with a few of his buddies, and Emma. Emma said some fun stuff. She said things like the only thing that's talked about in that server is the shape of the Earth, which was immediately debunked through conversations we've had about all sorts of other topics. Gem was very vocal about responding to that conversation, or to that question, that accusation. I just think it's funny that the people that are constantly talking about geometry all day long want to throw around the accusation that other people are having such limited scope on their topics. Not bright people, the Bev crew.
Well, nothing new over there. Oh. There's no point to talk with Bev. Just the same thing all the times. Just for me, it's a little bit just crazy when flat earthers talk about gravity, because it can work on a flat Earth if you have hypothetically like really strong materials that inner Earth would be made of, and if you have like gravitational well that is flat, it just need a gravitational well that is flat. That means like there is a certain method they could apply if they want, but they just believe whatever. Oh, I have another prediction. I have a prediction that there will be another 2-level movies, and they will contradict each other.
There's another 2 what?
That there will be another 2 movies called Level, and they will contradict each other.
Ah, okay.
Because like
Quote
right
document.
now, yeah, like the mockumentaries, yeah. Well, and I've got another prediction that, what's his name? Always talking about flat Earth and want to challenge Neil deGrasse Tyson for debate. What's his name? Never
Dubé?
shows up in the debates. Yeah, Dubé. So I have prediction he will still stay locked in his close circle and he will not do any debate this year or next year.
I have a prediction that, like we have seen this year in the past few months, some flat earthers have taken the audacity of debate Globers via videos. So they grab a video of a Glober and they they do like if they were debating. So they're like doing the debunk of the Glober, but they are doing 3 and 4 year old videos. And next year that will continue, but instead of debunking 3 and 4 year old videos, they're gonna be debunking 4 and 5 year old videos from the Globers, and they're gonna call it a debate. Prediction.
Most of it will end up on TikTok.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, also another prediction that they will get angrier than they were a year before. They
Not
look
even
really,
possible.
really angrier each year. Like when you feel okay, they cannot get any more angrier, and then next time they show up, they are even angrier than before. Like Brian, or both Brians, or Gary. They're just getting more and more angrier.
Enjoy, man, devil. Enjoy the temple. Temple of Doom. Uh-oh. I hear fireworks. And it's only 8:26 p.m. Hey, keep it low over there. Tinker Phil, what's up, man? You want to share some New Year's resolution and predictions with us?
I don't really have any predictions.
Oh, that's loud. Really loud, man.
I'm going then, I guess.
No, you're right. I'll sort it out here. You don't have any predictions for the new year? It doesn't have to be about YouTube. It could be about, I don't know, anything else in the world.
No, nothing comes to mind. At least I haven't put a lot of thought into it.
Oh, man. But we heard over here, like Lubo, he gave me a latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitude and latitude. Lubo gave me a longitude and latitude, and he told me that an earthquake was going to happen there. Doofus Manfred, he gave me a specific location on the globe, and he told me a giant hole was going to open and swallow at least 1,000 people. And you don't have any predictions like that?
Those are quite those are some crazy predictions.
Yeah, but what if they happen, man? They'll be famous forever.
That's true. No, I don't have any predictions, I'm afraid.
Are you sure? Think about it, man. Just tell us what you really think.
The world is going to end one day.
One day.
Not in
People-
2023, right? We kind of
some
looking
people-
ahead 1 year ahead.
Some people say that every year, you know.
Okay.
And it never ends. We are still here.
All right.
I'll say that Nathan Oakley will not be that flat earther you were talking about that'll come back as a global proponent. I think that would be an accurate prediction.
Who?
Nathan Oakley, he will not be that flat earther. He will continue to be a terrible flat earther.
Right. I just want to encourage everybody to give me all your money before the year ends. It's 8:30 p.m. for me, so I'm still a few hours away from the new year. So you got a few hours to empty your bank accounts and give me all your money into my PayPal. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And then you start fresh next year. You'll start with 0 in your account. I'll get all your money. Damn. Doofus, what? Did you hear the prediction? My prediction that I recapped your prediction?
I had to get it. I got a phone call. You guys might have heard that. I'm sorry if it bled into the YouTube stream, but I heard the beginning of it. I don't think I heard the end of it.
You don't need to hear it. You already say your prediction.
Okay.
And I think Tinker Phil agreed with it. That in a specific part of the world, a giant hole will open and will swallow at least 1,000 people. That was your prediction, right? Am I right?
Oh nope, I don't. I don't remember that, but okay.
You didn't say that? I don't know. I think it rings some bells. And Tinker Phil, he gave me latitude and longitude, and he told me about an earthquake that was going to happen in a specific day in March, I think it was. You guys are so specific, man. Hope you nailed it. I mean, I hope you don't nail that because that's horrible. Nature. Hey, Professor Phil Bell. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. A few days ago, I did receive a PayPal that you sent me. That was a big tenner. A tenner that Professor sent me. Thank you so much, man. I was surprised. I opened like, whoa, look at that. Professor Phil Bell hit me up on over here on PayPal. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Good looking out. That help a lot, man. I mean, for me, where I'm standing now, $10 is it's like probably $100 for you. Like you probably have that money and you don't think of it too much, but for me, it's huge. You know what? No, I make a bigger leap. $10 to me is like $1,000 right now because I don't have them, and it doesn't feel rich with them. So yeah, very appreciate it, man. To everybody that supported the channel, bro, this last year was amazing. You guys helped me out a lot. Everybody did. not just on giving me money, but on coming in on the show and in the panel and talking to each other and hanging out and having fun, man. At least 90% of the people that came and joined and talked to each other over here, we were having fun. I noticed that 10% of odd people that come in all serious and triggered and emotional, and it's hard to get them off that mind frame. So hopefully this next year will be a little different, and people that would like to come in and talk to each other will be more in the entertaining side of the argument. Because it's rough, man. People really take some of these things seriously, and there's really no need for that, man. No need whatsoever. Professor Phil Bell, I want to read the comment. Professor Phil Bell typed, for the 3 brilliant challenges that you put to Nathan Oakley. Yeah, that was a little while ago that I did a one-on-one improv on Nathan Oakley, and I re-uploaded the video in this channel too. Shout out to Professor, yeah. Go ahead, Lubo. Sorry about that.
Well, I got a few more predictions. I have predictions that are actually very easy to guess. The flat earthers will still not come with a flat earth map that will be working map. Also, they will not come with any piece of evidence this year, as usually. And as usually, Gary will still not understand the perspective. That's
Now,
my prediction.
Yeah, when you say evidence, let's refine that. Is it evidence in favor of flat Earth or evidence against the globe, or what do you call it?
Evidence for flat Earth. There will be still not one single piece of evidence for flat Earth, as usually.
But they will. I think they will bring a lot of evidence. They're gonna call it evidence for flat Earth. But I think where the separation is what they think evidence is and what we think when we categorize that evidence as for. Is it really evidence for a flat Earth? How do we interpret that evidence? Is it going to be interpreted the same way they do versus what we do? If they show whatever, a zoom in of a boat and whatever, of a building or a piece of land of whatever distance, for them, that might be evidence for flat Earth. But the way we see it, the same thing they're looking at is not evidence of flat Earth. That might be like positive for the globe.
Right. If you take a
I think
look at
I think they just try to always disprove the globe, but they never come with the evidence for flat Earth. Even the Black Swan picture, does it show the mountains before or after, or the boats behind them? No, it's just the same thing. They try to debunk the globe, but they never show actual measurements or any proof, like really evidence for flat Earth. Like you can see that in any debate. Whenever asked for evidence for flatness, they just globe is not real. They just go against the globe, but they never show any evidence for flatness because there is none.
Yeah, Doofus, what was I saying?
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying they're looking at observations. They look at it through their lens, their understanding of how reality works, or at least how they want reality to work. They'll make an observation over a long distance through the air, ignoring optics. They'll do that so that they can confirm their position. But of course, when somebody else comes along and says, well, you have to consider these other factors, that the air can actually cause the light to take a path that's not straight. And everybody who's on this earth has seen, well, anybody who's not blind anyway, has seen a hot surface or a cold surface cause light to change direction.
Right.
That will suddenly be not something that they evaluate specifically because they want to believe that the Earth is flat.
Do you think there's gonna be a point where flat earthers and globe deniers understand that a definition, that because they want to find a definition or a word meaning, that are they gonna understand that that's not a valid argument for reality, like where we live, like the shape of the earth, for example?
We had that exact discussion not long ago, actually, in the conversation I mentioned earlier.
Really?
Yeah. we were talking about the definitions of words and how that relates to things that we can measure in reality.
Mhm.
Of course, it was mentioned that vertical is parallel or is perpendicular to horizontal. Well, that's great if we have one horizontal reference. That
Uh-oh, he dropped for a second.
There's Extra J here. Hello, Extra J.
Hello.
I like your picture of the moon.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, I can't remember if this. I think that was one I took. That might have been due to forest fires that made it look red, if I remember right. I don't think that was actually a lunar
Let's go back.
eclipse.
Let's go back to Doofus. Doofus, you're back,
Oh.
bro. Over there.
wow,
Yeah.
I don't
Just
even
try
know
to
where I
fill the
got
gap.
out.
Just a few seconds back.
All right. Yeah, no, that's I was just summarizing at the end there, which is we're trying to use definitions to figure out things that we should measure, and or at least the flat earthers are doing that. But that's not the right way to do it. Using measurements is the way to do it, not just saying, well, my definition is the right definition.
Right. I mean, do flat earthers that we talk to each other, do they understand, do they know the concept of there are different languages in the world, and like a word that can be like a word definition in English, when you translate that word in a different language, it's a totally different word, you know. They want to talk like if the English language was the god of all like languages. You know what I mean?
I can think of a few people that do that, where they'll take the word that sounds the same in English as another word, but ignore the fact that in other languages that definitely isn't the case. Oh, it has the same root. No, actually, it doesn't. The two words are completely different in other languages. They're not related to each other, so on and so forth.
Right, man. Yeah, I hope a lot of the people that have stopped, you know, going to different servers and joining other channels and back and forth, I hope everybody like put their guard down a little bit and allow people to talk to each other. Actually, I really want people to listen to each other a little more from both sides. Like, I hope, I'll give you an example. I hope that the, I don't even know, like the let's say the Oakley guys, I hope that they get out of their echo chambers, and I hope they join other places and they start talking to people. And actually in their channel, I hope they open the actual channel for welcoming people and actually listen to them and talk to each other. It's not gonna happen, but I wish it happened, you know.
I see on occasion some of the people that are regulars on Nathan's show, not just the Discord people, the ones that are actually in the main. What is that he uses? Is that like a Google?
I don't know, Hangout, Google Meets or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Google Meets in the main view, and then Discord off to the side.
Mm.
But the people that I hang out even there in the main view, they break out every now and again to other servers. Just one or two of them, and I could name names. I don't really want to right now, but they don't find the environment that they run into allows them to behave like Nathan Oakley, to be the one that's most important in the room, and so they get offended and leave. So
Yeah, even
Nathan's-
even his own crew is unavailable to speak. I mean, because he doesn't allow anybody to speak or have an opinion on their own.
yeah, rip Arwen.
Poor Arwen, man. Is Arwen
Yeah.
gonna behave a little more like a human and engage with like real people in the real world? You think?
No. Nathan's already set up all those people in the way that he wants them set up. They all think that the way Nathan behaves is the right way to behave and how to deal with this topic.
Mm.
And so now they're set up to just be as bald-headed, frustratingly arrogant and whatnot. So that's how they behave now, and they're not going to start listening.
All right. I want to give a big shout out to Torrings. Is the word Torrington like Turingtest? Is that Tungsten?
Turing test?
Turing test. Turing test too. Shout out to Turing test. He gave me a tenner on PayPal. He hit me up on the PP where I like it the most. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Turing test. Appreciate you, Superman. Why I was unable to read that properly? I'm struggling here.
Yeah, I didn't see it until you said it, and then it took me a minute too.
Turing stain. Why did I put I switch the after the G I put an S. Turing stain.
Well, when you first said it, my mind first went to S. Thurston 2. I know that.
So, yes, Thurston. Yeah, I know one. Yeah.
But,
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a prediction from Do You Know Mosh? Hello, Do You Know Mosh? I am new. Are you new? Welcome to the show. He's saying 2023, Witsit will release an infomercial selling his rapid fire word salad shooter. With Witsit's rapid fire word salad shooter, you too can pretend to be smarter than Einstein. Very nice. Very well said. Good prediction. Is Witsit still a part of that Globebusters thing?
I've seen him hanging out on other Discord servers too much. I don't know if he really is doing all the Globebuster stuff. But, honestly, I'm not even looking at Globebuster's channel at all.
Neither do I.
But I do
Neither do I.
see
It's
him
been a
on-
while. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see him spending a lot of his time on a couple of different Discord servers.
I hear him on the Geo. I hear him on the Geo a lot. Nerd alert! I see you, brother. He came through on PayPal also, and he tickled my pee-pee with a $20 donation. Thank you very much. Nerd alert. I really appreciate you, Superman. All throughout the time, brother. Big support. Happy New Year, Jose and everybody. Is it too early to offer my final thoughts for today? Here he goes. Japanese rice crackers are job security for your dentist. Boom! Shout out to Nerd Alert.
Nice.
Are they hard, Japanese rice crackers? I haven't tried them yet. I don't think I can eat them. My teeth are weak.
I don't think it's about the hardness. I think it's about how they get stuck inside of everything.
Yeah. And having like 1,000 grams of sugar for each bite. Probably.
Just stuck in all the crevasses.
Yeah. Just sugar acting like acid in the crevices of your tooth in your mouth, man. I hear that, man. I have a...
Extra J posted that. With
Yeah.
thing.
I'm sharing that. Yeah, I'm sharing that.
It's fantastic.
This is Witsit's bingo card. I like it. myfreebingocards.com.
Is you're getting destroyed on there someplace? It should be.
I'll make a third one. I need to find my collection of Witsitisms.
Dude,
uh,
hey, sphericity, and anything that ends with ECT word should be there.
Yeah, it was on my old hard drive, and I can't get it for some reason, so I had to come up with a new list really quick.
Professor Phil Bell say often words used in science are different to colloquial uses of these words. Like, let's say space-time. You know, space-time is a term that scientists came to assign specific, right? In relation to the theory of relativity and Einstein and gravity and all of this stuff. The space-time a lot of people I hear them when they say space and time. They kind of separate them, and then they want to define space and they want to define time. That's one of the stances. Am I correct or am I off? Because space-time in relation to the theory of relativity is a specific, right?
I mean, they definitely try to separate space-time into space and time.
Hmm.
That's for sure. Even though it's really just space-time. One thing.
Right. Yeah, there are so many. Whoa, hey, easy over there. Firecrackers.
Oh, for a second I thought my mic was doing that.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's perfect.
I still, yeah, I'll leave the mic open just in case. It's not big deal because I think the majority of the neighbors, they went, to the big parties and to the Clearwater Beach. They do a big ass light show over there. It's like 10 minutes from here, but I cannot see it because I'm like in the middle of the neighborhood surrounded by big trees. So I cannot see, the light show from over there. But there's still a bunch of kids and some neighbors with smaller firecrackers over here. It's cool.
Right, and if there's people around you celebrating, and then the YouTube universe happens to hear that, and somebody gets offended, fuck them. It's a day of celebration.
Heck yeah, man. You got it right. Indeed. Professor Phil says, that can never happen on Nathan's show because he is selling a product. The Badass Flat Earth channel. It's his shtick and how he makes his living. Truth has nothing to do with it. I concur. Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, none of them are really interested in truth. The truth is plainly obvious if you just look at all the actual evidence.
Now, there is a category out there that some of these people from this category that I'm about to mention, they don't get taken seriously too much because I have realized that these people in this category are, I don't say uneducated, but they're not highly educated. As for they don't have higher degrees and they don't understand a lot of the things that they question. And how are they disrespected? Because they are thrown in the same lump, in the same boat, in the same pack with flat earthers, and these are the skeptics, like real skeptics. But I, Jose JG, I'm a skeptic of a lot of things. But there's a trick to it. I'm not highly educated. I don't understand a lot of these things. And I want to understand them. I want to understand them fast. I want to understand them in the spot. And I want to know. I want to understand it 100%. When I know people dedicate their whole lives and generation after generations, and maybe at least 4, 5, 10 years in college and education, learning about these topics. And I, Jose JG, as a skeptic, want to learn them in a 2-hour hangout with a bunch of people yelling over each other. It's not going to happen. But I don't appreciate when they throw me in the same group as flat earthers. What do you guys think about that? Is there a point in there somewhere?
I think that flat earthers that call themselves, globe skeptics, if any of them that are actually really globe earth skeptics and not just straight flat earthers are very, very rare.
I'm not a globe skeptic. I'm just skepticism overall. I used to be like hardcore, like auto hoaxing and denier of everything. Now I can accept, with the information given to me. I can accept it as for, that's what is understood so far. And I understand, the process of how do you arrive to the conclusion and accepting this information was given to you. But still, I question it because I don't understand it completely. That's my point. It's not that I need to understand it completely, but some things just to me don't make sense. And I know for a lot of people too. And I don't know, I just want to plant a little seed of skepticism to everybody to have at least kind of a 1% of yes, it's possible that that's not true. It's possible that it's going to be totally different from 10 years from now or whatever. But a lot of people, they are just so hard-headed. They say, no, that is the fact. That is 100%. And there's nothing that is going to change that. I
Right,
don't
yeah.
know.
If you're talking about flat earthers at all, they are confident that they know the things that they definitely don't have the education for. And the proper skeptics out there will say, I actually don't know this topic. I don't believe that this thing occurs. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you can tell me why you think it does. That's, I mean, you're describing something that is definitely not what a flat earther is. Flat
Right.
earther is so much worse. Oh.
I do exaggerate a little bit my flip-flop character, but still, I just want to make a point, and a lot of people just don't understand me, don't get me, and they start mocking me, and they start calling me names, and this and that, and I go like, what the hell, man, you know? And then I just, out of despite, out of angerness, out of pity, then I just jump to playing the flatter character as for like, then now, I was a real skeptic, I really had a question, I really have a concern, but the way the people is answering me back, now I'm gonna just exaggerate it and play denial. You know, it's kind of my fault in part, but not completely. People should understand like there is a lot of questions out there for people like me. There's some more people like me like don't understand these topics to the highest degree than there are actually people that understand the topics in the higher degree. Professor Phil Bell, for example, he understands these topics to the higher degree, I could say. Others, I can mention Blue Marble, Bob the Science Guy, and etc., so on and on. They do understand these topics. And most of them, the ones that mentioned, they actually are decent enough to try to explain to me. But there's a point sometimes they'll go like, no, just go Google it, go study on something. And they just shut down. And I was like, come on, man, you're here to talk to each other. You know, you don't want to try to make me understand better. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm just complaining here, but I think it's a fair complaining. I gotta throw one example. Bob the Science Guy. I gotta throw him under the bus. We should appreciate Bob the Science Guy big time. I really respect him, appreciate him. But Bob the Science Guy can be a real asshole sometimes. And I have told him this in his face. It's not something new. I'm not talking behind your backs. If anybody have heard Bob, if anybody see Bob, and shout out to Bob, he might be lurking in the background. You can be an asshole sometimes because, you know, when I come in with this character, you just don't take me seriously at all. And a lot of these questions that I have, I really mean it. I really don't understand it. I want to understand it at least a little bit better. But man, when you're the only person to help me, you don't help me at all, bro. Shout out to Bob. Gary Webenga. Go ahead.
Yeah, we all just have to, as part of the conversation, you have to acknowledge that everybody that's a participant in the conversation, if they want this conversation to occur, at least they're talking. So it just comes with a bit of understanding that that the other person, you have to work with them, not speak at them, but speak to what they can understand.
Right.
Waffling now.
And there's a difference. Let's say there's a conversation, and there's Gary Webenga and there's me, and I have some questions, and then Gary Webenga got some questions. The audience, the viewers, and the participants are going to see the difference between the two approaches. Gary Webenga will come with his shouting over people, with his talking over people and over talking, and being a condescending prick and switching topics and jumping all over the place. That's his approach. That a person like that, you know that you cannot even try to make him understand. I mean, you cannot. So I'll just lay back and just let you guys have fun with that person, mock them, have fun with them, laugh at them, poke them with a stick, you know. But then in the same topic, if I come in, let's say after that, and I ask a few questions that I really don't understand, then they want to treat me the way they treated the previous person. when you see that I actually gonna allow you to talk now, if you're gonna monologue for 10 minutes, I'm gonna go, whoa, relax a moment, man. You're going too ahead. Let's take a pause. Let's relax and let's take a baby steps. I'm not doing this just to make fun of you. I'm doing this because I really don't understand. So please, people, those who are listening, who want to participate in discussions like this one, what I do when I open the Discord to allow everybody to talk to each other. That's the idea, to talk to each other with each other. If somebody is really have a question, concerns, and want to have a good argument, try to engage in the conversation. Don't be an asshole off the gate and make fun of the person because one don't understand, what they're talking about, right? Try to chillax and then test them. Then if you find a Gary approach or a Brian Mabbott approach, then you can have fun with them and call them, all kinds of names and shit. That makes sense, right? Yeah, if you're engaging in the discussion, you gotta talk and let talk, man. Sorry, Doofus, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's feeding off the energy of the conversation for sure.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Film 7. Indeed. Happy New Year. I have watched your channel for a very long time. I used to have the name Fred. Thanks for all the entertainment. Shout out to Fred. Ex-Fred, now Film 7. Oh, I got the hiccups, damn it. For reals.
I'm told that if you tell yourself you're not a fish, you'll get rid of your hiccups.
I am not a fish. Am I a fish? Whoa. I'm questioning my reality. That's a good one. Gary Webenga say, I predict that Globies will continue to deny all aspects of perspective in regard to the horizon and boats. As for right now, since I've been looking into these topics early 2017, I have never heard a Globie. I think that's what you called normal people. I haven't heard any normal people that ever have denied any aspect of perspective in regard to boats on horizon. What do you think?
Well, I think in my case, I've tried to explain to them that I've used the actual definition of perspective to create useful tools like a 3D renderer. So I'm pretty sure I understand perspective. And for somebody to say that I'm not taking into account perspective, that I find that quite hilarious.
Yeah, I have a new prediction that Gary Wybanga will continue to strawman the globe position, as well as completely, misrepresent everything. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
Nerd Alert has a great point that the hiccups are impossible on a rotating sphere. There you go. That's evidence for a flat Earth.
Flat Earth proven.
Waterproof. Phil Bell says, you genuinely want to hear what the scientists say and have your questions answered. Flat Earthers ask questions but are not interested in the answers. They are about gotcha. And I agree with that. Yeah, I let people answer. If they want to answer the questions, I let the answer roll. Now, if at the end, I don't understand, then I say, like, I don't understand what you say, but yeah, thank you for the answer, I guess, I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. I'm not going to understand it yet, and it's going to take me a while to understand it. I might never understand it. But at least I actually do let them speak. And at least some people is listening to the answers and learning a little bit more than what they actually do. It's only fair to if you ask a question and you want an answer, if you got a curiosity about learning something and somebody's attempting to give you that answer and clear your curiosities, you should allow that person to answer the question. Because if you ask how much is 1 + 1 and tell me why, and Doofy start to answering the questions, well, that's an easy question to answer. 1 + 1, and then I go, no. I don't want to let you answer because I want to keep ranting and interrupting you every single time that you try to answer my question. It's fucked up, man. It's just fucked up. Makes no fucking sense,
Yeah, that happened precisely. That exact thing happened with me moments ago with Dan the Waterman. I'm sure you remember him.
Fucking A, man. That's messed up, man.
I think I left before he started talking, but I was in there for a little while listening.
He popped in and then popped out again for a bit and then popped in again. I don't know.
I
He got
mean,
muted.
Bev was just illustrating how well deserved his award this year was.
Steve Wilson has a great point. When Gary says perspective, what he really means is, in my opinion, and that's actually 99% of the flat earthers, when they think they know something, they actually are not going by what is known by everybody. They just want to interpret whatever they want to say, and they want to interpret it and give a definition of their own, of what they think the definition is, not what the actual definition is what they think and what their opinion says it is. That makes sense somehow. Maybe we can learn how to approach the topic, because when they say like, no, this word means this, and when you use this term, this is what it means. When you talk about force, this is what it means. They're actually not saying the actual definition. They are just giving us their opinion.
At least that's some way to get towards some understanding of the other person's position. That much is helpful, I guess.
I actually had to rethink my approach, because when I'm talking to them and when you guys are talking, I gotta think about that. Yeah, when they say no, that's not what that means. I gotta think like, they're gonna be wrong, but they're gonna tell us at least what they think it means. When they think it means, it actually doesn't mean that, Shout out to Prono1990. He's been a member for 9 months. He's a responsible troll. He says, boom. Shout out to Prono1990. Thank you very much. With a free super chat. Prono, what's up, man? You wanna say hello? Pop in. Give us some of your predictions or resolutions.
I just got off work, so honestly, I don't know what 2023 is going to be like this coming year. I really don't know. I really don't know.
Got any expectations?
I'll just wing it.
Yeah.
Wing
Go
it.
with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Good stuff, man. That is something.
Yeah.
A perfect example of what I was talking about their opinions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gary Waybenga says, and I quote, "Gravity, the magical pretend thing that isn't a force and can't do anything." You see, I mean, if they actually did understand what gravity was, they wouldn't type something as ridiculous as that.
Yeah, that does sound pretty ridiculous. Yeah, it does.
I'd like to know why you would think that masses accelerating towards other masses not doing anything. But can't really reason with that. All right. Alan's Truths made a prediction at the end there.
Fireworks are flat. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. People need to learn how to have a little bit more fun when they're talking about this type of topics. And most of you guys do always. I'm talking about the Waybengas and the Mabbits and the those type of people. They don't know how to be entertaining and having. They indirectly are entertaining, but they don't know how to be entertaining at the same time.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Fireworks are farts of fallen angels. Boom.
Okay, that one I could believe.
Who in here is still living in 2022 besides Doofus and myself?
Let's see, it's 7 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock my time, so I got 5 more hours left.
Damn.
Yeah.
Even me, I'm ahead of you. I'm 9 p.m.
I live in Colorado,
Mountain
so I'm mountain time, so I live in Colorado, and it's kind of rain snowing right now.
I'm an hour behind you, so
Oof, you got 6 more hours.
I'm
Good.
an hour. No, I'm an hour behind.
Oh,
Behind Jose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. okay.
Damn. Do you know that a lot of people already celebrated New Year's like yesterday?
Bastards.
It's crazy. Earth is Live, Lubo in China, they were robbing it. They said like, we celebrated New Year, we went to sleep, and now we're here. It's like tomorrow.
This is what it's like in the future.
I know, what the hell? I cannot comprehend that. Ridiculous.
2023 has been great in the future already. You guys are behind.
Yeah, bro. I watch a lot of sci-fi and time travel movies, and I still cannot comprehend that shit, man.
Right.
I'm still in 2022 also. I'm on the West Coast.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Do we have all the 4 CONUS time zones represented here then?
I
Well-
think so.
So far, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, Jose, if you were trying to go to 3 a.m., you could have a New Year's bash 4 times.
Yeah, man, I know. Every hour will be New Year, bro. I should have done a 24-hour stream, bro. Starting like at least at 1 p.m. and finish it at like at 1 like tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man. Yeah, just leave the Discord open and just, just let it roll. Whoever wanted to come in and just vent their issues. Yeah, man. A few years ago, I went to watch the big fireworks show over here in Clearwater. Dude, they do a hot fireworks show in the 4th of July and in New Year's.
That's awesome.
The Clearwater Beach. I mean, that is a hot area for tourism and celebrities and shit to go and hang out for those big festive days. But it was a pain, bro. It was hours to get in there and hours to leave that spot. We said,
I
screw
bet it
that. Yeah. And then we say, in another year, we went to a little side pier a few miles away from Clearwater where I used to go fishing. And that was the best viewing, bro. It was dark. It was like two families, like 5 or 6 people in there. And we were just hanging in there, and it was beautiful light show. We could see the whole bridge in Clearwater. We could see the buildings and landscape, and then the fireworks, brilliantly beautiful, bro, and loud. And I think that's the best bet for whoever lived near fireworks shows. You don't have to get there, man. You don't have to be in there, like underneath and a few miles around it, bro. Go a little further away, and you'll get a better view and a better experience. More relaxed. But this past few years, just home, screw it. Avoid any crazy in the streets, and there's a lot of crazy and drunk people around, shooting and all that shit. I just want to avoid anything. I used to go into the party, like in the heat of the party for 20, 30 years, but now, we all grow up a little bit, and I grown up to avoid all those possible circumstances that can happen in those gatherings.
I will, on occasion, fire some shots in the air, but they're Dragon's Breath flame rounds out of a 12 gauge. So
Nice.
nothing too
Oh, yeah.
destructive.
Hell yeah.
That is cool, yeah. And a bunch of my neighbors in Puerto Rico, they used to shoot. They had like a lot of weapons, but there was like a big empty couple acres or whatever, and they used to shoot like down to the grass and to the ground. They weren't shooting up, you know. All of them, they say the motherfucker who starts shooting up, you know. I mean, look at around you, a bunch of shotguns and then Uzis and shit like that, and a bunch of kind of calibers and shit. They say nobody, if anybody's coming in here, we all gonna shoot down. You know, you know, you got a little like a mile or two around it. Just make sure don't shoot straight, shoot slightly down. And yeah, it was cool to stand in there and watch everybody shooting around it. It was safe in that sense. Safe. Right now, I wouldn't get near them fuckers because they were all drunk and high and shit. It was really cool when I used to live there, and it was a common thing. But after many years over here in Florida, that I haven't been in an environment like that, fucking, you know, I'll freaked out, man. I'll be scared. The way the way the mentality changes, bro. I went when I left Puerto Rico in 2005. I went back in 2008 or 2009 for a few weeks vacation, and I drove around my old neighborhood, and I went around to visit some of my old friends, and he gave me the shivers. You know, he felt uneasy, I felt uncomfortable in those places because of just the way that people look, their demeanor, and their, like, everybody shaking around them, looking behind their shoulders. After only a few years that I live here, that I could leave my doors unlocked and I could leave stuff around in my porch, that the houses have no fences. In Puerto Rico, it's concrete walls and fencing, you know, all the windows and houses and shit, you know, so it's a little rough after you're used to a more comfortable environment, bro. Does this make any sense? Refraction is not perspective geometry.
I think Gary is thinking that when a curvature calculator accounts for refraction, that it's not accounting for perspective. I think he thinks those are mutually exclusive.
Mm.
I'm trying to put my head around it. I'm responding to him in chat too. I'm trying to figure it out. I have no idea.
Okay. Got
If I
it.
remember
Got it.
right,
He's
Go ahead.
right here.
Go ahead, Extra.
if I remember right, I think Gary says that refraction isn't real. When things are getting compressed out there, that's all, you know, it's compressing into that vanishing zone. And the bendy crane, you know, and the black swan, that's layered vanishing zones, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he said that refraction isn't real, so I'm sure he'll explain it here in a second.
Gary, I got a message for you. You're not muted. Oh, you're muted. What the hell? Oh, speakers. There you go. I'm sorry. I took that roll away. Gary, I want to wish you, Gary Webenga, a happy 2023 to you, to your dog, to your family and friends and co-workers and everybody around you. And I hope the new year bring you a lot of good health and wealth, and I hope everything goes right for you in your personal life. I really do mean that.
Mhm.
That being said, you're an asshole, bro. You wanna give any specific shout out? You got you can speak. You got your speaker's rollback, bro.
I'd have to drop and rejoin if you did that while he was in BC.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I think you figured it out.
There you go. Try now.
Yeah, your well wishes suck because you mentioned my dog that got ran over a month ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know that, man. That really. Fuck
Yeah,
Dude, I'm sorry about that, man. That breaks my heart, bro. I'm a dog guy, you know it, bro.
I
I'm
don't give
sorry,
you
bro.
shit. I was just
Oh,
giving you shit. She did get run
man.
over. It was I actually have a video on her. If you look, she was a stray dog that adopted one of the dairies that I go to,
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
nobody could pet her. Nobody could even get close to her. It took me 6 months before I got close enough to her. I'd bring biscuits and food and put them where she could see them. And I finally made friends with her. Well, then she would meet me every single morning when I arrived there, and she
That's
would be
cool.
with me the whole time I was there. And then, but she had a bad habit of chasing cars. I was there one morning and she ran after a car and got run over. It made me
Oh,
sick.
man.
So,
Yeah.
but
Sorry
I got a
about that.
video on my channel with her and a coyote. So
No, but I
This
don't
is
mean
what
I don't mean it. You know, happy and to everybody.
I
and
know,
told you,
no,
yeah,
no.
but I really do wish every single person well in their
Yeah.
personal
Well,
life.
Happy
and
New
their
Year to you
surroundings,
too,
man. Yeah, thank you, man. That being
and
said, bro,
everybody else.
you're an a-hole, bro. You're talking to us. You
Well,
want to
so
give
are
a
you.
you want to give it you want to give a shout
So are
out
all
to
these
your
guys.
fan club over here and shit.
Yeah, you guys are all assholes. That's
I
okay.
I know. It's all good. I'll take it.
Yeah, I can be one back. Okay.
Oh man, it's been a rough year for me personally, you know. But it's alright, you know. We move on, and next year, hopefully, it's better.
The past couple of years financially has been rough for most people, almost
Yeah, man.
everybody.
And I hope nobody make like really Paul. Come on, Paul. Don't be making flat jokes about the poor dog, man. I know he was, you know, you can't do anything with a flat, but don't do it. Sorry, I had to do it. Oh man. Do flat earthers have a new year? What does a new year look like for a flat earther? Is it different, Gary, than my new year?
Not that I know of.
Do you look for when you do your research, whatever type of research you do, if you just chilling in bed and in the phone and trying to Google stuff or looking at images or videos or whatever, do you look for specifics in when you research on something, or do you read to the whole thing when you're researching for something?
No, I did on when it came to how we see, but everything else, no. I just listen to guys like you and all these other guys, and then I catch how you say things, and then I realize how they can be different. It's pretty simple. It's like perspective. You guys totally ignore perspective, other than refraction, when it comes to things at the horizon or boats becoming unresolvable bottom first, even though you can visually see them in numerous videos.
Do you?
But
do you
you don't have a math.
Right. Do you listen to like experts? Well, I'm doing the air quote, but do you listen to the experts, like the ones that actually, you know, that we people? I don't know how to explain it, but do you listen to, like, let's say Professional Phil Bell explaining things, or Bob the Science
Yeah,
Guy
I
when
watched.
he explains something or whatever? Do you listen
I
to-
watched their videos, and I was on Blue's show the other night that you came on for a brief moment,
No, yeah.
talking with PhD Tony for a little bit. Of course, he couldn't explain gravity either. he was hemming and hawing and wishing I hadn't asked the question. I was very polite and very calm. I wasn't being mean to him.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, man. Yeah, I couldn't. But I mean, yeah, it's fun to listen to people like me because dude. When I say it as a joke, I mean it. I'm illiterate in most of these topics. I have learned just along the few years, but I never study. I don't have any advanced education. I just kind of, you know, and I struggle when I try to explain things, you know, in a certain way. I understand that I visualize it in my own way, but when I try to verbalize it, bro, I always fuck up. So don't take me don't take me as for my explanations too seriously, because I'm not anything of an expert whatsoever, bro. There are experts
you
out
know-
there, man.
You're not much dumber than PhD Tony, who couldn't explain gravity.
Ouch. Low blow.
Well, the truth is, nobody really can explain it on your side. Even all those guys on the show the other night on Blue's show, none of them could actually say what it is. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson, when he's asked, "So, what is gravity?" he goes, "I don't know." Nobody knows. They don't know if it's a force or some kind of a pseudo force or some kind of pretend force or something you could call a force. They don't know any of that. They just pretend.
Well, I will mention when we get to conversations on any given topic, when we reach another point in the conversation where, well, this is because of this, then the next question is, well, why is that? And then we explain that part. And then the question comes in, why is that? If we keep going down that chain, there will come a point for any person on Earth that the end result of that chain is, well, we don't really know, but this is what we see happen. That's how it works with gravity, too, just like all other topics.
So what is it? Is it a force?
It is a tendency for masses to accelerate towards other masses. And it's
How?
simple
What's
as
the mechanism for that?
we can go down, like I said, through that whole chain. Why is this? At the end,
Well,
of the conversation,
it's just a
there will be
simple
point where I
question.
say that
What
at the
is
end of the
what is the
conversation,
mechanism
I
for a
say that
mass attracting
At
mass?
the end of the conversation, there will be a point where I say that, well, at the end, I really don't know this specific part. But what we observe is that previous relationship that I mentioned holds true.
So you can't describe it and you don't know what it is. Thank you.
There's a downward bias,
not what I
yeah,
said, is it?
acceleration. Yeah.
Well, why is there a downward bias? Helium balloons go up. There's no downward bias there.
Well, you can order helium by the pound, so that's false.
Yeah, but the helium in the balloon is lighter than the stuff below it. So why can't it's less to pull, so why wouldn't gravity pull it down instead of letting it go up?
I think you kind of mentioned the answer there. The air is
He
being pulled
definitely
down more
did.
air is being pulled down more than the helium balloon, so the air has a tendency to descend faster than the helium. So the helium will go up because the air is pushing it out of the way.
And since the helium is lighter, shouldn't it be able to just pull it down much simpler than the other stuff?
Did you just ignore what he said?
Yeah.
Yes, I
heavier,
did.
So it's going down more, so the helium balloon is being pushed out of the way.
You don't like
So-
the answer, so you just ignore it.
So gravity is a push me pull you.
Nope, only a pull. It's in the same.
So,
it's the same
but it
thing as-
pushes.
it's the same
According
thing
to you,
as-
how does it pull?
the same
It's not
thing
a
as-
force. We
the same-
understand it's not a force. How does it pull?
It's the same thing as when you have a pool and you have a bubble of sulfur hexafluoride, which is a heavy gas. The bubble of sulfur hexafluoride will go up, but we know that in air, sulfur hexafluoride goes down. So the reason why it's going up in the water is because gravity has a stronger effect on that water than it does on that bubble of sulfur hexafluoride.
How does
For that
gravity have
exact
an
same reason, a helium balloon in air is going up because it has a stronger effect. Gravity has a stronger effect on the air than it does on the helium balloon.
How does it have an effect on anything if it doesn't have any force?
Masses accelerate towards other masses, which results in
Wonder if they're side by side, do they accelerate towards each other?
they have to overcome friction, which is also a force.
So gravity, in other words, it's not a force. It can't do anything. You just have to pretend. That's what you're doing.
No, when I said
That's why you guys
masses
can never get
accelerate towards other
explanations that are
masses-
accurate.
No, when I said masses accelerate towards other masses, that is not the same thing as gravity can't do anything. Those are
Why
two
do they
totally
accelerate
different
towards
statements
each other?
those are two totally different statements that have different meanings from each other, and you're
Like in the
equating them in a
Like in the
dishonest
Cavendish,
fashion,
how
not
how
really
does two
appreciating
things
exactly
side by
why
side
you do
accelerate
that is
towards
because
each
you
other?
don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's do this final interaction. Let's try to listen a little bit better in both sides, Gary and Doofus. When Doofus is trying to answer you, you're jumping a little ahead and try to answer him,
Yeah, go
ask him the follow up.
both
Let's try
sides.
to in both sides. Let's try to just chill down a little bit, chill out a little bit.
Okay, well, let me just ask him the question on the Cavendish. Supposedly the things are pulling side to side or towards each other. How are they? Why is that biased towards the side instead of down?
Masses are accelerating towards other masses.
How are they accelerating side to side?
Large masses are put into place, and these small masses find themselves accelerating towards
So
the
that-
larger masses, which causes
What's causing them
torque,
to accelerate?
which causes a torque on the torsion wire, which is measurable.
God. So they're not pushing or pulling. They're not doing anything. Nothing's happening.
That's the complete opposite of what I just said. In fact, I said
Not really.
the opposite. The smaller masses are accelerating towards larger masses,
What's
is
causing
putting
them to
torque on the
accelerate when they're side by
torsion wire.
side?
which which is putting a torque on the torsion wire, which is the complete opposite of nothing.
What's
is
causing
happening.
the torque on the? What's
There's
causing the
definitely
torque?
a point in that statement that I made where something
You
is
don't have
happening,
an
and when you
answer.
respond with "so nothing
What?
is happening,"
Gary,
that's a
you're doing it.
dishonest tactic, Gary.
What? What is causing it? What is doing it? What is making those balls move towards each other, side by side, not down? What makes them do that? What
The
is
smaller
it? A
masses,
force?
Let him answer. Let's hear him. Go ahead, Doofy.
the smaller masses, in response to the repositioning of the larger masses, are accelerating towards those larger masses. Masses accelerating towards other masses is gravitation. So the relationship that we're observing is gravitation.
Okay, you have a lousy answer again. You guys can't describe it. Actually, you guys are all over the board. That's okay. You guys believe what you want to believe.
It's kind of what you're currently doing, because you said gravitation doesn't do anything, even though after I've described what it's doing, you said it doesn't do anything.
Well, what did it do? You didn't actually say what it does.
As
You
it
just came up with a
is
whole
the
bunch of other
relationship where
gobbledygook and
masses
never
accelerate
actually
towards other
explained
masses. That's gravitation,
how does it-
and that
how does
definitely is
gravity
the
make them
that's
accelerate?
occurring.
He's repeating
How
for the
does-
second time, Gary, but you overtalk him for the second time.
How does gravity cause them to accelerate towards each other if gravity isn't a force?
Right?
No, for the third
Gravitation-
time. Hold on. For the third time, he's gonna answer. Hopefully, you listen the third time. He's gonna say.
Well, he's going to skirt around it. He won't answer it.
But
Actually,
if you listen, if I listen, maybe I can hear it, but I cannot hear him because the two times you talked over him. Sorry, man. It's true.
All right. Now, gravitation is the masses accelerating towards other masses. This causes a force. This force is called weight. In this particular instance, the weight force is exerted laterally, which causes a torque on the torsion wire, which we can measure.
which means gravity has nothing to do with it. It just causes a torque because it has weight. There's no gravity involved. Gravity would pull down, not to the sides, in towards each other. And once again, gravity in your guys' model is not a force anymore. We've been told that a million times.
Super chat broken?
It is for
You've
me. I
also
was
been
just
told
responding to it.
many times that it manifests itself as a force in our reference frame.
How does it do that?
For those masses accelerating towards other masses. If you
And why
happen
did
to
it do
have-
that? Gravity isn't a force.
happen to have something in the way, then a force will be applied. That force is known as weight.
Well, weight when it's unrestrained will have a force, yeah. It'll push things out of the way. It'll fall down and push things out of the way. Oh man, storm's coming in. It was nice out here, now it's raining and windy. Started in like 1 second. Hey, I'm gonna go in. You guys have a nice night. I'll be listening in.
I mean, damn, the super chat is broken, right? What the hell?
I don't know.
Didn't
Well, if you got
monetize
any,
the
like-
video. I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know if you got like a email or something telling you did something bad or something. I don't know.
No,
Maybe
no.
YouTube Studio can tell you.
Yeah, but I don't know how to change the monetization.
It's a shame. I'm
Halfway.
pretty sure that you cannot change it after the fact
Right,
once
when
it
it's
has
live.
already been broken.
Yeah, and it's on. I mean, I got it. Monetization, I got it on.
Here, I'm gonna disconnect from YouTube. See
But
if
it doesn't
just-
give you the little dollar sign right underneath. Let me switch count and see how it looks. Monetization, I got it on. Oops, sorry.
I'm gonna disconnect. Oh, my super
Uh,
chat is back. I had to disconnect and
yes.
reconnect to YouTube.
Super chat is there. If anybody want to give me a super chat, feel free to do so. I'll take it. And if anybody want to hit me up on PayPal, you're Personal information is safe. Your anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. You will be anonymous if you don't type your YouTube name. I will give you a shout out as anonymous. Yeah, right.
It was broken for me. I had to disconnect YouTube and
That's weird, man.
reconnect, and then I could.
Right. This work. Shout out to everybody, man. I didn't know. I thought I didn't know I was gonna have a handful of people in here, but yeah, I just wanted to do the test in my computer, my regular good old little computer, and it just didn't. It didn't work out, man. It was lagging. It was bad. And this way I'm streaming works good.
Unfortunately, I can't watch your stream at the same time I'm on the conversation because now I'm mobile, so I'm using
Right.
hotspot, which is limited to a very low amount of bandwidth. So
Oh,
just
yeah,
gonna have to
it's
be in
tricky.
Discord and watch text go by.
Yeah. It's all good. All good. There's a super chat. It works. Fred Nuts just tested it with a dollar. Shout out to Fred Nuts. Big dollar. You looking at me? Test. Oh God, he had to leave because of weather or whatever. It was raining, decent rain over here in Florida earlier. No, I think still January and February, we're still gonna get probably some cold, probably a week or two of colder weather. I think the US, everybody will.
I was in contact with a few people that are living up north. The winter was mild right up until Christmas Eve,
All right.
and then of course payback for all of that came in the form of very nasty weather. Now it's
Yeah.
nice again, so I'm gonna make a prediction, another one. 2023, January of 2023, there will be another very inconvenient weather system that passes through.
I think that will happen, man. I think that will happen. And I'm gonna push it a little further. I think we're gonna have another one in February. Maybe not as bad, as rough as the one that will happen in January, because I think now in January it's gonna be one like this past weekend, the Christmas weekend, is gonna be slightly colder and maybe, a little rougher than it was. And in February we're gonna have another one. Maybe not as bad, but we will. Yeah, it's the warmer. So far, this is the warmest Florida winter that I have been in here. I've been here for many years now. Besides the few days that was really cold days ago. And I hope my prediction, please don't be a big storms and hurricanes coming my way, man. I live in a mobile home park, and if something big is coming over here, I'm screwed, man. I got nowhere to go. I mean, I can go to a shelter. Okay, I can go to a safe place. But then, if the storm go by here, it will take my little trailer, man. I don't want to lose it. I want to have a home forever. So please, big storms don't come over in 2023. Is it shifting? Is the summer winter shifting a little bit somehow compared to the past 20, 30, 40 years?
As far as I'm aware, the warmest. Well, let's see. How do I put this? The first day of summer is supposed to be the warmest part of the year, which is really. It's difficult to. It's not intuitive.
Yeah, it's not specific.
It doesn't
But-
make sense to me anyway.
But I think
First day of summer, but it's the warmest.
right. I think by the still in March, sometimes you still feel that winter, little bit of a breeze and cold. But I don't remember, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago that it was ever cold in March like in these places. And then the cold will start late, like later. It used to start in October sometimes or early November. And now if you start getting cold in December, it's kind of a. So I don't know. To me, it's just shifting a little bit. The winter starting a little late and ending a little later. But that's just personal experience. That's just, my bias, the way I perceive things. No, there's no facts in there. Just my opinion.
I think things have been getting more extreme. That's for sure. The summer's been hotter and the winter's been colder.
Dude, this past summer was the hottest I ever witnessed. By summer I mean in like October, right? September,
it was-
October. Fuck it.
It was absolutely brutal here during the summer.
September and October was hot. It was in the 3 digits, man. Over 100 for weeks.
Yeah, I think well over a month.
Yeah. Yeah, for weeks and weeks, bro. That it felt nice when it was 80 and 90 degrees. It felt nice after a week of 105, 110 degrees, bro.
Yeah, like seriously, when it got into the 90s, it almost felt like fall.
It
as a
almost felt
result of
normal, yeah,
extreme-
like like you could breathe a little bit, better. Yeah, it's when I've been working in the whatever little food bank pantry, and I do volunteer work. And when we needed to go and collect, the donations from the supermarkets and the places, bro, loading up pallets, we're loading up in the trucks and trailers and stuff. Woo, I was sweating like a dog, man, like sweating bad. That you couldn't barely breathe, just drinking a lot of water. Actually, I did drink a lot of water in those weeks when I was out and about doing. Yeah, some people will never change, and it's a shame, man. Like Gary, they wanna keep repeating their own things. Sad thing is that they've been explained, and people attempt to explain them. Doofus, what's the best example right now? 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, Doofus attempting to explain something to Gary. Is there any even? It's. I don't even know what to say. It's just give me a fucking headache to think about it.
How quickly do you think Dr. Bob would have given up there?
Oh, a lot sooner than you did. And the thing is, actually, because it doesn't bother me that Gary continued to say his gotcha and these phrases and asking him the same questions over and over. But there's a time for that. Not in between somebody speaking and giving you an answer. That's not the time when you want to rephrase your questions, when you want to repeat your claims, when you want to question their explanation. The time is not in between them speaking. That's what bothers the fuck out of me, man. They don't learn that. I couldn't get 3 fucks if everybody keep repeating and denying and the same thing. Some people will still want to play. But when you interrupt mid explanation, mid answers, when people is playing your game and giving you the answers that you're asking for, why do you mean flat earthers, you want to interrupt them and just caught them midway in their in their turn to play the game, Makes no fucking sense. They want to play the game, but you don't want them to take their turn. You want to keep playing on your own. Does make sense?
Yeah. And the number of times I said, well, gravity causes masses to accelerate towards other masses, and then the response I get back is, so gravity doesn't do anything. It's bullshit.
Did.
It's so
Exactly.
frustrating just to mischaracterize what was said.
So I was making dinner and trying to get my cat to come in, but I think what I caught a lot of that discussion there about gravity. Gary doesn't realize that gravity is kind of working in all directions, does he? It's just that down happens to be the direction of a 8,000 mile diameter mass, where most of the gravity is going towards.
Yeah, I'm trying to work with the simplest of explanations that there is a direction in which two systems, two bodies, that directions that's where the acceleration is occurring toward, mutual acceleration. If we start bringing in every point mass is pulling in every direction, I know that Gary's not going to get that.
There's the Cavendish experiment, and then I was like, couldn't seem to fathom that. Yeah, those are pulling toward each other, but it's also there's downward gravity. So
Yeah, you seem to be under the impression that the downward gravity vanished somehow in the experiment, but instead it was accounted for, and they just can't get that. I mean, he's not the only one.
Maybe in this next year, I will be able to process my thoughts before I speak, and I try to explain better my points. I blabber a lot, try to make a simple point. Sorry.
New Year's resolution for you?
So what?
That was a New Year's resolution for you?
Yeah. I'll try to think better before I speak. Use less words and make the points more coherent. Turing test says there's no intellectual honesty from flurfs. I have to agree with that, man, unfortunately. I wish there was.
I would say there's a limited amount of intellectual honesty. We'll say we can agree on certain things. Like we know that certain tools perform certain functions because that's how we use them. And we can agree on but I guess I don't know where I'm going with this. There's certain things we can agree on, and that is the intellectually honest part of the conversation. When it comes to other parts, the things that we can measure that disprove some of the things that flat earther thinks, that's where the intellectual honesty stops.
Now, when talking about gravity, what do black holes have to do with the topic of gravity? I don't think it does have to do anything whatsoever. Or dark matter or dark energy have nothing to do with gravity.
Well, I
Because
mean,
we all live on Earth, and we all, we are trying to explain gravity from humans' understanding, from the Earth perspective. Why do people bring dark matter, dark energy, and black holes?
well, from our perspective on Earth, you're right. It's we don't need to concern ourselves with those. But if you're talking about at a universe level, then yeah, there's a reason to involve them.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Usually when we're in this conversation, it's the flat earther that brought those topics up.
Yes.
Because they're trying to find some way in which they can exhaust the expertise of the person they're talking to in order to pretend to have a win. Because dark energy That's not really a topic on gravity. That's we can get into that. But when we're talking about dark energy, that's observations. Like as you said, that's stuff that's happening outside of Earth. Not worried about that if we're trying to figure out what shape the Earth is, but they're worried about that because they want to have some sort of win on an internet discussion.
I mean, what gets me the most about them bringing that up is that there wouldn't even be a reason to like make up dark matter if there wasn't an expansive universe to begin with. And you know, they would never have to say, well, you know, we need more mass, and so it must be out there, we just can't see it. There'd be no reason to say that at all. They could just tell flat earthers, oh, the math works. It works just fine without it. But, you know, that's not the way the universe, the universe is out there, so we do need to explain that.
Right, I could see a geocentrist who actually believes in a spherical Earth, because that's what geocentrism actually means.
Yeah.
A geocentrist might bring that up and say, well, dark matter seems like some sort of a fix for observations we're actually making. For a flat earther to make that up, to bring that topic in, is very self-defeating. As you said, it only makes sense in the context of the observable universe, and they disregard that. They don't think about galaxies. They don't think about even the solar system itself being a solar system. For them to bring up dark matter is absolutely absurd.
It's like talking about when flat earthers decide to want to talk about planets or galaxies and distances and stuff like that. They really, really, really want to bring the topic about the Big Bang, for example. You know, the Big Bang and the beginning. Same thing. They just want to deviate from the actual conversation. You know, they want to avoid learning something.
Yes, actually, because you're going to the Big Bang, you're going to a topic which, admittedly, everybody who is researching this has outright stated there's no way for us to know what happened precisely at the moment where that expansion started to occur, or anything that might have come before it, if that's even a concept that makes sense. So they're going to a topic in which it is explicitly stated there's no knowledge for us to know. There's no way we can know any information. And that's why they're bringing up that topic.
I think they also, like young Earth creationists, they want to straw man that position and say that the claim is that everything came from nothing. And that is absolutely not the claim. Yeah. Everything came from everything. It was just that everything was in a singularity.
And the energy that was present in the universe, whatever that energy may have been, that would have involved some of the conversion into matter. But yeah, the point stands. They love to straw man it.
Yeah, there's no win or lose in the topic of, let's say, the Big Bang and the creation and what in the beginning and what happened. There's no win or lose. You can talk about this. I can talk about this for hours and hours and say at the end of the day, and just make the bold claim that at the end of the day you don't know anything, neither do I, and that's kind of true. But it's a non-point. It's a non-sequitur. It's just it's not gonna go anywhere. Now, if I had some kind of a knowledge about the topic, then I could have a real argument. But just making an argument just to conclude at the end, you don't know because you weren't there. Nobody was alive, and there's no evidence for. You don't have any proof of this, and neither do I. It's just makes no fucking sense. You know, it's just a silly argument.
And another conversation that I had with a different flat earther, this goes to that, is we were talking about the Earth, and they were asking, how did all of this stuff get here to make the Earth, and where did that come from? In order to avoid measurements of the thing that we already are standing on, the Earth.
Right.
If I made the analogy, if I had a basketball, but I didn't know who made it or where the rubber came from, does that make the basketball any less spherical? The answer, of course, is no, but they would not acknowledge that.
Right.
They wouldn't come to that same conclusion. They refused.
Yeah, that's a great point. Sense. Yeah, I don't have to know about evolutions where humans came from and all the plants and the animals and how the gases became and how do we have an atmosphere and the water and the depths of the ocean to know about a measurement, to know about the movement of the stars. I don't need to know what the stars are. I don't need to know how far they are or none of that to know that we can observe them and we can take some observations and measurements of them. I don't need to know any of that. Do I need to know what is a star made of to know that I see it in the sky and I can measure, the movement throughout the hours and I can follow a pattern of the rotation if they're doing any kind of rotation or something? I don't need to know what the fuck the star is. But in order for me to avoid the conversation of the movement and the rotation of the stars and the degrees they move in an hour, I can all day go to what is a star, what is it made of, who's been there and taking a bite of it,
I love the questions that come in like, how do you know? Have you been there? Like, that's the only way we can know.
Classic, man. That's a classic flat earth technique.
Well, I got to run. I'll talk to you all next year, I guess.
Thank you very much, Extra J, for hanging out with us in 2022, and hopefully we'll see you frequently next year.
Maybe I'll get my YouTube fixed and I can super chat again.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Take care, brother. Sometimes I'm guilty of that, of I haven't been there, I haven't touched it, I haven't felt it. Is it real, the place? Is it real? Yeah. Do I have doubts? Yes. Do I have questions? Yes. Do I accept what I'm being told about that place that I haven't been? Yeah. But do I understand it? No, I don't understand shit. So I can keep going and denying all day long about all that shit. Hold it. Oh, I thought a neighbor was coming to tell me something. He kept going.
Yeah,
But
some of the
go ahead, Davis.
some of the discussion over these topics, it has to do with the thing that you're trying to assess and the information you're given, and that's part of the proper skepticism. It's like, I don't have to be there to know how far away it is, for instance. One example would be if I were to shoot a radio signal up to the moon and it comes back in a certain amount of time, and I've also independently measured the speed at which radio signals travel. Well, now I can make sure I know what the distance is to the moon. I don't have to go there to know how far away it is. Depends on the question you're trying to answer.
Yeah, 100% true. 100% agree. And whatever Jose JG, believe about men being on the moon or not, it has to do fuck all with that information that Duff just told us. It can be measured. The distance, the movement can be measured, the speed, and all that kind of stuff. You can bounce signals. You can do all of that. I don't have to. I mean, that's it. It's a fact. I don't have to take any other leaps of faith. I don't need to talk about moon landings for that topic. You know? But that's what they want to do. They want to talk about other topics surrounding the actual points that they've been asked for directly. The actual point that is being spoken about, we're going to talk about point A, and they're going to talk yeah, I know, there's an object, that house, you see there's A to Z in that house. Let's talk about A, about point A in the house. What is point A? Point A is what we see. The house, what we're looking through our eyes or through a camera, that's A. Knowing that, they want to talk anything but A. They want to talk B, C, D, all the way down to F, to Z, to F. No, I want to talk from B to Z. They want to talk about, and they won't touch point A with a fucking 10 foot. Does that analogy make sense, Doofus?
Right. Yeah, no, because I've had a few conversations with flat earthers where I will mention things like the distance to the moon, and instead of addressing the verifiable science behind how that conclusion was arrived to, they will come away off into some other target, other topic. They'll go to the moon landings, like you mentioned, but also like, what is this video I captured? It makes the moon look like a plasma. Well, great, but what about the thing that I just said? You have this radio wave. It's going to the moon and it's coming back. It takes this long and it's going this fast. It's that far away.
But
no,
what
I wanna
about
talk about this plasma thing.
What about the great attractor and the orbits and the Earth moving at 66,000 miles per hour and the moon following it? You know, I feel you. That's what they do.
I picked up a Mabbit vibe there because I think we had the same conversation with Mabbit, where you have that signal going out and then coming back, and he would say something like, "How is that possible if the Earth is chasing the sun at 66,000 miles an hour?" I'm like, dude, the signal went there and it came back. It took this long, and signals go that fast. However, your incredulity won't let you address that. I'm still going to say, I know how far away the moon is.
Right. I love it. It's so annoying. It's so silly. It's so elemental, bro. The whole thing is so elemental. Now, if you want to have a philosophical or intellectual conversation, it could be fun. It could be fun, and then we can pick on Flat Earth's brain. But when they want to talk about something simple about the distance to the moon, it is amusing the lengths they go to avoid engaging in the actual discussion.
Well, they've got to.
The lengths, they will avoid the lengths, distances.
Yeah, no pun intended. Yeah, good one. What do you think, Painasa Shield? That makes sense?
Yeah, they've got to, because I mean, it's simple things you can verify yourself. They'll never do. I mean, you can verify the distance to your moon with a ham radio set and a decent antenna.
And that is fair. Exactly what I do. That is fair, and it's 100% fair. I personally, that I'm, whatever I believe about other topics about the moon, there's no denial in there. It's a fact.
You don't have to make up some shit about it being a hologram and being attached to the dome and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Now, what the Flat Earthers do is they look like that statement that you made, or Doofus earlier. If you would have mentioned in your statement about the measurement, if you would have mentioned like, oh, we put some reflectors on the moon, or we went there, then you're giving them an excuse to avoid the topic about the distance. You know what I mean?
Oh, we don't need that for radio. I mean, you get more accurate. The laser, the big laser I think it's in Texas. That gives you more accurate, but
yeah. But what I mean, they try to avoid addressing specific topics, and that's one advice that I give. If you want to talk about the moon and the distances and all the stuff, maybe the movement and the speeds and the locking and all that shit. if you mention anything related to the moon landings and moon, forget about talking about the actual topic of the descent because they will go to the moon landings topic 100%.
Well, what are they going to do in, like, I think it's 2 years when we actually land there again?
I don't even want to go there now. I'm not gonna do it. Pain as a shield and try to bait me because I'm gonna do that.
I'm just wondering because it's it's in the cards. It's the next one. I guess the next one coming up next year.
All right, I'll do it. All right, I'll do it. Men will never go to them.
Because the next one coming up, I think in is it this year or combo? Well, it's next year on the East Coast. I think next in 2023 is a repeat of the Apollo 8 mission where they just go up and orbit and come back
with people in it.
With people in it.
And that's going to happen when?
I think it's 2023. Or is it late 2023 or early 2024?
So that means 2026, 2027?
I hope not, but
like Artemis 1 was.
Well, once you get the infrastructure in place, I don't think there'll be that many delays again.
When is men gonna go to the moon? What was the year? Not gonna be 2024, right?
Hold on a second, let me make sure.
Not gonna be 2024.
I think it's 2026 is when they're supposed to put boots back on the moon.
Yeah, I have to mention, paid NASA shill, you don't foresee any delays. But we're talking about something that depends on funding, and funding depends on bureaucracy.
Yep.
And I know you're fully aware that there's problems that could cause delays there.
Amen.
Yeah.
All bureaucracies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is the one topic that it's like you poking me with a fucking, with a stick with fire in the tip. Poking in my turn nipple, and I gotta speak up about it.
Scar among a third nipple.
Scarring my turn nipple with that stick, man. What the hell? When you talk about people on the moon, what the hell?
What does it take for you to believe that it did happen? I'm not saying in the past, but let's say in the future, after it's happened, that it has happened.
When it happens, if it happens, that's what it will take. When it happens, if it happens.
I mean, if they put boots on the moon in 2026, you're just going to take it at face value that they are now on the moon?
If it happens, that's the key word. If it happens.
Okay, Artemis 2, 2024. Artemis 3, landing 2025. Artemis 4, docking with the Lunar Gateway 2027. And future landings on the moon, yearly landings on the moon thereafter. We'll see if that actually happens.
You have too much faith.
Scale everything from this point forward 2x. So 2023 means 2024. 2025 means 2027. 2027 means
2030. 2032, 2032.
2031?
We'll see.
I love it.
I don't know. Well, it's almost the end of 2022, and for the last 12 months, I've been asking for it. I declared that 2022 was the year that the flat earthers were actually going to show evidence of the flat earth. And 2022 ends much as it began, with no big proof that the earth is indeed flat, except for A, it looks flat, and B, water. That's all I got for a whole fucking year.
And Tinkerfield, I give you the example. When Curiosity Mars rover landed, that was, I don't know, years ago. I don't know if I was already a flat earther or not. I don't remember the year time, but I didn't believe in none of that. But then when I came back to reality, I started revisiting that and looking at that. I said, it's doable. It's a robotic, it's kind of remote control type of thing. And then they landed this little mission with this little quadricopter, helicopter type of thing. I don't have to deny that because it's all documented evidence, all the data is out there, so there's nothing to deny about. That's what I'm looking for, something like that done, if if they get to do it in the moon. That's what I'm looking for. I don't have to deny that. It's reality. Nothing wrong with it. At least from my perspective. The flat earthers that are moon deniers, 100%. People on the moon deniers, they will not believe it, no matter what you present them. Not me. I'm based in reality. I'm just got my skepticism about what supposedly happened, and I'm skeptic about what will happen if it happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if we do establish a permanent base on the moon. At some point, in theory, you would be able to see light actually being produced on the moon.
Hot mic, NASA shield. Hot mic.
Yeah, thanks. I muted. Sorry.
Artemis 3 will put boots back on the moon. Artemis 4 will send people to wear the boots. Shout out to Mandela.
I like it.
Shout out to the third giant nipple of this guy.
They were trying too hard on that one.
Yeah. That is ridiculous. The third nipple is bigger than the actual nipple. What the hell?
Actually, I knew a girl who had one of these, only it was a little bit lower, a little bit further around on her chest, so she could cross her arms and
make a little booby.
Yeah, she could get herself aroused without anyone else knowing that she was getting herself aroused, shall we say.
Oh, no.
Because she would have her arm basically below her armpit, and it's not an area that most people would think that. Anyway.
Yeah. She'd be grabbing that. That's great. I do that sometimes. I cross my arms and I grab my third nipple and I pinched it. Oh, man. Free the nip. I'm going to wear a shirt on my stream one day. A tight shirt with a hole in my third nipple. Just to see who catches it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to be just the camera on. Gosh, the turnip.
Nip slip.
All right. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. It's 2 hours till New Year. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm going to just lay down to see if I wake up at midnight or I'll wake up tomorrow morning.
So you'd be like my wife and celebrate New Year somewhere in Iceland or something and then go to bed, right?
Yeah, go to bed. That's it, man.
Happy New Year's. New Year's in Iceland. Yeah. Okay, fine. Good.
Right.
When we lived in Colorado, she would always celebrate on the East Coast, It's just.
Yeah. Again, I want to give a big shout out to. Hold on. Let me click on the motorcycles in here so I can relog in. Fucking captcha thing. Oh, now there are cars. There are cars everywhere. Look, cars. Uh-oh. Firecrackers. Big shout out one more time. And thank you very much for Turing Test for hitting me up on the PayPal. And Nerd Alert. Thank you for Turing and Nerd Alert for hitting me up on PayPal. And thank you for the $1 super chat earlier from, was it Fred? It rings the bell, something like Fred. Give me $1 super chat. Thank you very much.
Film 7.
Appreciate it. I'm sorry?
Film 7.
You cut up again the beginning of what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Film 7. He said he was previously Fred.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Film 7 it was Fred, but the $1 super chat I got was from somebody else. It was either Paul or Fred or something like that. Yeah,
Nuts.
Thank you very much. Fred Nuts, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to the 28 likes on this video. This has been 2022. This is the last of the year. and I hope to see you all on next year. Tomorrow, as I announced earlier, is gonna be the funeral from my brother-in-law. It's gonna be 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. over here in Clearwater area on East Bay. There's a community post with the address if anybody's in the Florida area want to stop by and see me there. You know, you guys want to see me there and hang out and cheer me up. Show up and tell me who you are, because I won't recognize you first if I never seen you. Yeah, we're gonna be there for a few hours, hanging out with the family, giving strength to my sister and my nephews to push forward. And we all got our time in life. Frankie's time was the 26th of December, unfortunately.
So you have your,
only 45, man.
man, if you can have a funeral, have it on the January 1st when everyone's hungover, huh?
Yeah, man, January the 1st, indeed, bro. Indeed.
Have it on when everybody's hungover and.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Happy New Year, man, Devil. Happy New Year to everybody. Carl, if you're there, final thoughts, man. Doofus. Shout outs. Final thoughts.
I don't know if you saw it, but he said it's a happy New Year.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and that. Oh, I thought I dropped. Okay, and yeah, I mean, flat Earth is still absurd. You see the sun being obstructed by the surface of the Earth every day. You can have a mechanical gyro compass, which can't function unless the Earth is rotating. And then these flat Earthers want to come in and tell us we don't know science. Fun. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and thank you always for your support, brother. Just coming in here and hanging out with us is everything I could ask for, man. And thank you for being a part of this, bro. Earth is live. You can all post coin on table videos if you can find them. Shout out to Earth is live. Final thoughts. Tinkerfield, let's get out of here.
Yeah, thanks for the show. It was a good time. Happy New Year, and I'll see you some other time.
Indeed, will do. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Happy New Year to all of you. To some of you, it's already 2023. To some of you, it will be very soon. I encourage everybody to stay safe. Wherever you are, if you are at home, if you are in a friend, family, in a pub, in a public place, wherever you are, stay safe, please. And enjoy the time with your friend, family, and close ones. You never know when they are gonna go, or yourself. So enjoy life, smile, and hold your head high, and always look forward. Never look back. Thank you, everybody. Happy 2022 and welcome 2023. Jose JG out. This is the year of the trinip.